Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I promised you guys I was going to be doing, and it is regarding knowing how to optimize your character and knowing how to build your character so that you can get the most potential out of it, right? And I just want to let you know guys, I would not be credited for what I was able to find here because I'm using an external tool that was made by someone else, and I just want to give all credits to him because it's thanks to him that I'm able to check all this information without actually having to spend all of my crystals doing rerolls on my stats, right? So huge shout out to IceKane on Reddit. On the official Browners to Reddit, he's always posting, guys. He's always doing heavy math about the game and how the stats works and how to get to certain thresholds when you are killing the fiend bosses and all of that. And he is one of those sources that you always should be going for because he is always making sure that he have the most accurate information. So I just want to say that he's just doing great. You can find here all the way in which the calculator works. Of course, I'm going to be letting you know how that works, right, and all of that during this video. And this video is going to be actually pretty quick because I want to make sure that I just show you guys how it works and how you guys can build your own characters in the optimal way. Now, I'm going to be posting this link for the Reddit post so that you guys can give him some love, make sure that you guys are upvoting these, and again, IceKane, huge thank you because you did a wonderful job here. The calculator is insane, it's visually appealing, it's very intuitive, and it's very easy to use, and you even added the potential system to it, which is insane. So without further ado, here is the calculator. And we're going to be going about how to use the calculator. Pretty much the calculator works in this way. If you want to use, you need to select a different costume. What you have to do is you select the drop down here and select whatever costume you want to use. Right? Aside from that, you also have the option to change here the collection bonus. These can be manually updated. You can manually update this, right, without any problems. And you can also manually update the external buff that you're going to be using. Pretty much, I'm adding here the attack buff from Arines and the attack buff from, what's the name? Lato. And that's a total of 190% attack increase, right? And I'm using the 200% fire damage increase that you get from Diana, right? And so, yeah, so these you can update. These don't touch it because this is going to be automatically updated when you do changes here. So here you need to select the rarity of your gear, right? If it is tier 4, then go for tier 4. If it is tier 3, it's tier 2, tier 1, just do the changes. And you can go for the specific increases that you have on the gear. To be honest, when it comes to the actual gear pieces like helmet and what is this called? The helmet and the neck and the chest piece and helmet, right? You don't really need to worry about these because the defensive stats would not be adding to your damage. So unless you're trying to calculate like how much defense you're going to be getting or how much magical resistance you want to have, then there is no point in changing this, right? But you definitely need to check that you are selecting the correct refinements for the weapon, the correct refinements for the necklace, and the correct refinements for the clothes, because this is definitely going to be impacting the amount of damage that you are going to be able to do. Like, for example, these stats are matching my Beatrice. As you can see, is BBS on my weapon, and is BBS on my necklace, and is SBA on my clothes. So it's exactly the same as you see in the calculator. Now, after that you're selecting that, all you have to do is just select the different roles that you got. These are the specific roles that I currently have on my gear. And aside from that, you can select here the costume that you want to show here and how much damage that costume would do. You can select here the amount of dupes that you have for that costume, and you can select here if you are going to be dealing normal damage, average damage, or the critical damage, right? And you can change the potential here. Instead of rotted, I can go for neon stalker, or instead of neon stalker, I can go for made name R, right? Whatever is going to be better. So now that's pretty much how to use the calculator. And what we're going to be talking about now is which are the better stats. And when I'm talking about the better stats, I'm talking about specifically about the weapon, right? Right now, it is showing here that I'm using a weapon with crit damage in it, right? And if I want, I can change this to flat attack, and we can see the difference in damage, right? Crit damage is, what is this? 780,000, right? 780,000 damage, right? If we change this to attack percentage, it goes down to 760,000, and if we change this to attack, it goes down to 740,000, right? So there is definitely a big difference when it comes to selecting your main stat. Crit damage seems to be the ideal in this particular situation, assuming that you are using the Roteb Star costume, right? If we go for a different costume, like for example the May Name R costume, we see here that it goes down to 760,000. But if we do changes here, you know, it goes down to 740,000, and it actually goes down up to 770,000 if you are using the flat attack weapon instead. So it's pretty close to what we see with the Roteb Star with crit damage, right? It's only 10,000 lower, but 10,000 is a pretty hefty and, you know, decent amount of damage. Now, there is one that we're not considering. What about Neon Stalker, right? If we change to Neon Stalker, we see that we are very close. Only 1,000 damage left, less than the Roteb Star one, right? Still, Roteb Star continues to deal more damage. So if we do a couple of changes here, like for example, adding attack percent here, then it goes down. And if we go for flat attack again, it goes down. So crit damage would be the ideal whenever you are trying to use Neon Stalker or your Bond costume. In any case, guys, I did many testing, I did many changes, and definitely Roteb Star, as I said before on a previous video, it's going to be the best costume for you to use in regards to damage increases, mostly because of the way in which the flat attack will be calculated, because you are getting 100 and something flat attack just by having this costume, right? And if we do changes, like minor changes, like for example, these are exactly the substats that I have on my gear, right? If I do minor changes here, like for example, let's go with attack percent here instead of crit rate, right? Because crit rate is actually not a complication for me right now. You can see I have more than 100% crit rate. So what if I do these little changes here and go for attack percentage instead, right? Here. And you notice that it is going up and up and up, and the damage continues to increase. And now my glows are like these: attack percent, and crit rate, because I'm using these glows with Justia, so I would rather keep it like that because Justia would benefit more from these attack percent increases. Probably I will be changing this in the future because May Leatrice is going to be the best card to use in the Fiend boss right now. So I may need to upgrade this and, you know, find a different glows for my Justia. And now there is a crit rate roll here. What if we change it to crit damage? Boom. So what I'm showing you guys right now is just how to min max your substats. Of course, you would say, well, yeah, Highlander, and what if we go for all crit damage? Wouldn't that be better? See, if we do a change in crit damage here, the damage starts to going down. Actually, let me see, crit damage. You see there's little differences there, and it actually goes down whenever we get to this place. And even if we change this here, it's going to be even worse, right? Because we are losing all that attack percent increases, right? And as you can see here, it's definitely not better to go for all rolls in crit damage. There is definitely a sweet spot when it comes to crit damage, especially because you are already reaching the maximum amount of crit damage that you can have. So having more crit damage would not have any effect. So this would be kind of the optimal way to go, but still we're dealing less damage than if we had more crit attack percentage on the other rolls, right? Like doing this and probably doing this again here. Yeah, there it seems to go down a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it goes definitely down by a lot, right? So it is definitely something like this. One roll in attack percentage, two rolls in crit damage, and having something like this would be definitely the way to go. And on my glows, I'm having two rolls in attack and one roll in crit damage. Probably if we have something like this, no, it goes down, right? It goes down. It goes down. So this seems to be the sweet spot when it comes to min-maxing these stats, and that's what I wanted to show you guys. I know that, you know, doing math and trying to figure out a specific way to go in a game that you're playing for fun may not be something that appeals to you. But if you're the kind of person that wants to have more damage in bosses, or you want to increase your record on last night, or you want to make sure that you're clearing up to level 10 in the Fiend boss, or probably there is a specific boss that you're not able to kill in the tower, right, that has the 100 floors, here is the perfect tool for you to use. Huge thanks again to IceKane for creating these, and yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say in this video, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I see you in the next one. Peace.